A couple of days ago, Omega released this, the return of the first Omega in space Speedmaster, and this is absolutely, without a doubt, my new favorite Speedmaster model. There are quite a few differences between this and the normal Speedmaster, and I think this is exactly what this line of watches needed. So here's everything you need to know about this release. Looking at the specifications, there are some big differences between this and the regular Speedmaster. So this has a case size of 39.7mm, a thickness of 13.4mm, and a lug-to-lug of 48mm. The case material is stainless steel and has 50 meters of water resistance. The big dimensions that will stand out here is the case diameter at 39.7mm, which is arguably the perfect size for most wrists. There are some big aesthetic differences as well. The first thing I noticed was the straight lugs opposed to the iconic lyre lugs. These straight lugs are an homage to the earliest Speedmaster generations. Next, we have the alpha hands and indices with a Fotina effect, all with a generous amount of superluminova. Something I almost didn't notice from pictures, maybe my phone screen wasn't bright enough or something, but there has been a change in the dial color. Now sporting a gray-blue CVD-coated dial with a sunburst effect. In keeping with the 1960s, this has an aluminium or aluminum bezel insert and the famous dot over 90. The crystal is sapphire and has AR coating only on the underside. I think the choice of sapphire is one of the most interesting parts of this watch, and I'd be interested to see this in person. My Speedy purist heart kind of wishes this was Hesselite, but sapphire is superior in almost every way, so I'll let this one go. Lastly, we have to talk about the flat link bracelet in keeping with the older references, which I personally prefer over the regular Speedmaster bracelet. This is the perfect balance of old meets new. On the outside, it is a vintage CK2998, but with modern build quality and modern Omega engineering. The fun only continues on the case back, featuring a closed case back, which I personally always prefer because I am no fun, an engraved hippocampus, the first Omega in space, and October 3rd, 1962 engraved on the back. For anyone who might not know the most about this specific model, the first Omega in space was the CK2998, produced from 1959 to 1962 and worn by NASA astronaut Wally Schirra. The date of this release shouldn't be lost, with October 3rd, 1962 being the day that Schirra entered space with the CK2998 strapped to his wrist. This was his personal watch that he bought himself years before the Speedmaster was selected by NASA. Then, in 2012, Omega released the first Omega in space, which was a callback to the CK2998, and was then discontinued in late 2020. But now it is back, baby, with some pretty subtle and still pretty huge changes, at least pretty huge in the world of Speedmaster lovers who lose their mind over tiny things. So it's huge.
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said.
This almost feels like Omega saying, yeah, the first Omega in space was good, but we can make it better. It's kind of like what I'm doing right now with some of my older YouTube videos. There are some videos and reviews that I've made before in the past, which I liked at the time, but now when I look back at them, I'm not really proud of that work, and I want to redo those videos and make them to the standard that I would make things at now. That's what this release feels like to me. All the right parts of the first Omega in space, but being upgraded where upgrades were needed. Powering this watch is the Omega Caliber 3861 hand-wound movement. The in-houseness of this movement is often debated. The 3861 is based on the LeMonnier 1873 with quite a few upgrades, including an anti-magnetic hairspring and coaxial escapement, of course. LeMonnier was acquired by Swatch Group in 1999, leaving this movement to be debated on whether it's in-house or not. For me, I always think, who cares? There's quite a few modifications that were made to this movement, and it's a great movement. Like, get outside, touch grass. Oh my gosh. This movement is METAS chronometer certified and has 50 hours of power reserve. Now, it should be known I haven't seen one of these in person yet. This is just me looking at pictures and videos and watching other reviews, but I think this is an absolute slam dunk. This is kind of the definition of how to do a reissue. It is the essence of the original watch, made to modern build quality and engineering standards. There is not a single complaint I have about this yet. It's very not like me to have no complaints but it's awesome. I know some people will be a little put off by the faux Tina, and I completely understand that. As the years have gone on, my heart has kind of softened to faux Tina, and I kind of appreciate it now and like the look of it. But I completely understand why some people won't like it. And I know some Speedy purists, like myself, will be upset with the choice of sapphire over hesselite. I just love the warm effect of the hesselite, but I completely understand the choice of sapphire. Once again, reissue should be an homage to the original with modern build quality, and sapphire is the modern standard. But I absolutely love this. I think they've knocked it out of the park. I can't find any real complaint about this yet. I need to get hands-on with one of these to do a proper review, hopefully sometime soon. For now, this is just a quick one from me. I'd love to know in those comments down below, what do you think to the new first Omega in space? Do you love it? Do you hate it? I don't know. Let me know in those comments down below. I cannot wait to read your replies. Don't forget to do all those things to feed the YouTube algorithm gods. Like, comment, subscribe. Do it right now. Are you not subscribed? How are you not subscribed? You should subscribe right now. Tell all your friends to subscribe forever. And now, let's thank the gorgeous, fabulous, wonderful Pope tier patrons. Hello patrons. Hello Pope tier patrons whose names are on the screen. Thank you all tier patrons though. Patrons are the people who keep this channel going. They're the people who give a little bit of money every single month to support this channel. And I don't think I tell you guys enough, but I use all the money from my Patreon to reinvest in this channel and hopefully make it a little better. So with my most recent Patreon moolah baby, I've bought a second microphone because my husband and I are hopefully starting up a little, it's not a watch podcast, but like a watch live stream that we'll do weekly. So it all is always coming in and getting reinvested into the channel. So thank you so much. I hope you guys keep enjoying my content, and you're all fabulous. I love making these videos. I love what I do for work. It's the best. Okay, I'm talking too long. All right. Bye, guys.